We read recently about a publication that only God can stop Atiku in 2027.
Yes, definitely. If it has to do with the political activities, definitely Atiku will win in 2027. It will be obvious by 2026 that Atiku is going to win the presidential election in Nigeria in 2027. So it's only God that can stop Atiku.
But you are aware that the arrangement is about 8 years for the southern part of Nigeria, another 8 years for the northern part. And the incumbent president is just in his first term of 4 years, remaining another 4 years.
That your assumption is laughable. It's laughable because if you look at it, do the arithmetic of how many years Baba Obasanjo from the south was there. That's 8 years. Look at how many years Goodluck Jonathan, His Excellency, was there. That's 5 years. That's 13 years. Plus this 4 years that's sparing his life. That would be 17 years. Just deduct that from the political arrangement. If your arrangement is fully right, if you do the deduction, you will discover that it's more to the south than the north because Yaradua was there for a very less period of time, and that's about 2 years plus. And our last president was equally there for 8 years. That's Buhari. That's 10 years against the 17 years which you have discussed. You will discover that the arrangement is warped for now.
Well, that is on the premise of North and South. But in the context of the person who is there now, and we know the practice is that everybody wants a second term. Why should he not enjoy a second term? Why should another person take it over from him?
It's a desire that you want to be there for 2 terms. It's a desire. It's not cast in stone. And that depends on your activity. What is it that you have done? What is it that the present president has done? We can all see that. We can feel it. It's in the air. I mean, the country will reject him. Not even the party will reject the personality.
The major platform of criticism against the present government is the removal of fuel subsidy. And it is on record that all contestants in the 2023 presidential election intended to remove fuel subsidy, including Atiku Abubakar, if they had become the president. So why should we hold the removal of fuel subsidy against the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
If it is about fuel subsidy that you just enunciate on, if it is fuel subsidy alone, but it is more than that anyway. But then if it is fuel subsidy alone, my principal, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, did not only discuss the issue of removal of fuel subsidy. He discussed on NNPC as a whole. How do you put NNPC in place in a manner that will be of benefit to Nigeria as a whole? Have you read Atiku's plan? If you go through the document, the 60-page document, you will say that it is not about removing subsidy alone. And even if you have to remove subsidy, you understand me? Must you grapple on it? on the first day that you get to office.
No provision is there for fuel subsidy. The fuel subsidy is gone. Subsidy can no longer justify its ever increasing cost and the wake of dry resources.
Must we just do it like that without understanding what is in there? Somebody that is not there before will not know what is going on there. But when you get there, there are ways by which you do things. Even removal can be done in graduation. This drastic removal is a lot of problem for everybody. It's a lot of problem for everybody, and more so they are back in it. So it's not the issue of removal. It is this problem of not knowing what to do. If it knows what to do, you won't be going back and forth. You move forward and you one step forward and 2 steps or 10 steps backward. That does not give good relations on the thinking that you have before you get there. It's not about fuel subsidy alone.
It is on record that His Excellency Alhaji Abubakar Atiku said that he will privatize NNPC, even to his friends. Do you think his method of tackling the situation at the NNPC will have been different from what is going on at the moment?
Look at what we have said before and look at what we are saying now. You discover that this is not about removal of subsidy alone. Okay. And you said he will sell NNPC to his friends. Has he done that? Has he been there? If the sale is about to be out, people have to put in their interest. So whoever that have the highest bid, that's how you bid for things. It's the person that has the highest bid that gets whatever. But then all these things goes about in stages. Do you remember there was a time my principal said that they should privatize one? You understand me? If you want to privatize, it's a way forward. They should sell. It depends on what you see when you are there as the principal. He was there as a fact. You understand me? He has seen a lot. If you get there as the principal, as the person in charge, you will see a lot more than what you see as the files. So he will decide. So the gradings of the process depends on what you see when you get there. It is not about just one day and you decide everything that this is what you want to do. And that thing that you want to do does not help anybody. I don't know whether it's somebody somewhere, but it doesn't help Nigerians. So that's the issue. You look at it from the angle of what is on ground. You want to sell something. You take it out for bidding, and people will come out. If you are the best bidder or the highest bidder, you get it. It's not about friends. It's about the country, and it's about who will do it best. If Dangote wants to buy it, what stops him from doing it if he is the highest bidder? If it is you, what stops you from getting it? That's how it should be. It's not about it has to go to a particular person.
Some of the criticisms against Alhaji Abubakar Atiku is that he stays more outside the country than in the country. And also perhaps that he has more investment outside than in Nigeria. How would all these help him to attain presidency in 2027?
There are two things there that you have just ruled out now. You said he stays more outside the country. And you have just said that he has so much investment outside the country. Those two things I will now look at. looking at staying outside the country. When he was there as vice, you know he has something to do then. Then he will have to stay more there. Now that he doesn't have something to do in power, he has the right to stay anywhere he so desires. But those that are even in power, where do they stay now? Where are they? You understand? The last president, well, you know how many days he spent outside the country. The incumbent that is there now, you can count the days that he is spending outside this country. But when you are in power, or when you are expected to do something somewhere in the country, then you are supposed to be around for people, for you to supervise whoever that is even doing it. You understand it? But when you don't have anything doing around, you can be anywhere. That is about that. Then about his investments. Do you know his investments in Nigeria? The number of his investments in Nigeria? And what stops you from investing outside Nigeria? If you have the ability, and more so, if the economy of wherever favors you, why can't you be there? You understand me? But when you make it favorable in the country, then you can bring what is outside back into the country. So the number of his investments, you understand me, that are in the country, I don't even know all of them. You understand me? And even if I know all of them, I won't be reading them out here. You understand me? But the point there is that even if he has things outside the country, which you have not even mentioned anyway, you understand me? But then it will have the interest of bringing it inside. Those who have were inside the country before, a lot of companies they've left because it's not favorable. The country is not favorable. Doing business here is not interesting any longer. So you will put your money where your interest is.
The PDP got divided in 2023 over the issue of southern and northern Nigeria taking control of power. And the incumbents came up with the crusade of Emilokan, which was in respect of the Yoruba people, the Southwest people, of which you are a part. So are you not also considering the fact that the Emilokan crusade is also in respect of you and all Southern people of Nigeria?
Dọ́tà yìí o, Yorùbá ló kàn. Tá a bá dẹ̀ sá Yorùbá náà, èmi ló kàn.
Emilokan is a personal issue. It's not a collective interest. Emi is about me. It's the selfish interest of me, and not about Southwest. If you say Southwest local, it's a different thing. It wasn't Southwest local. It's Emilokan. Anyway, let's just put that aside. The North-South interest in 2022 that you said divided the party. Yes, it divided the party because of personal interests. Some people wanted to contest in the South. They felt it is the North that should produce the party chairmanship person. So they pushed the interest to the North. And Northerners, being not fools, they accept it. It was about to come to the South, especially Southwest. So when it was pushed away because of their personal interest, because of the weakest personal interest that he is running after, They pushed it to the north. So it was accepted in the north. And then the convention came up. Somebody won. Atiku won. You understand me? And because you have decided to push it to the north, it was you that pushed it to the north. You then started making noise that you can't have the chairman in the north and have the president in the north. If that has been the arrangement, you don't have to have the convention. But, and don't forget, the person that was in River State before the arrangement of Wike becoming the governor was an Ikwere man. Wike himself is an Ikwere man. So rotation is not necessary there, but it's necessary in Nigeria. And you realize that this arrangement of about 13 years before now has been in the South. And only very few period, about 7 years, comes from the North. And you are saying again that it should come to the South. I mean, you say all these problems, we create them ourselves. This country is about Nigeria. An Igala man can become president. Igbo man can become president. As well, Yoruba man can become president. But when we look at these variables, then we decide, how do we do it? It is not about personal, it is a personal interest that is killing Nigeria. Amy. No, it's not about Amy, it's about all of us. That's how we should look at it. So in the next dispensation now, you want to say that it should be a Sultana again. That's greed. How many years have Sultana been there? Starting from 1999 up to 2024 that we are now, and up to 2027 in looking at it till that time. In the next 3 years to come, how many Sultanas has been there and for how many years? How many Northerners has been there and for how many years? Those are the kind of things you look at. Actually, if things should come to the South, it shouldn't even be in the Southwest if we are looking at arrangement. If we are looking at arrangement, it shouldn't be in the Southwest. It should go to the Southeast. That's how to do arrangement. It is not about any. It is this problem of Emilokan that is giving us problem. That is how it is, basically.
As you proclaim that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar will be the president in 2027, the party, the very platform on which he is to ascend to that position, is still in the firm control of those who are opposed to him within the party. So how does he realize his dream?
Do you know how PDP came up? Who started the party? Is it the people that are there now? So taking it over is about convention. Whoever wins in the convention will have it. And what we have said, take note, and I want to repeat, take note. What we have said is that Atiku Abubakar will win in 2027. We have 18 parties in this country. For now, 18 parties in this country. And does that stop INEC from accepting another party? But even we want to look inward, that PDP, the largest party in Africa, no doubt about that. And when we look at our assets in the party, we don't want to leave the party. We are going to arrange it. PDP will come back in full force and on ground. By 2025, you will discover that.
So in essence, you're saying that your principal may not necessarily run on the platform of the PDP in 2027.
I have not said that. But what I said is that we have 18 parties, but we are making full arrangement that PDP comes back. But in the event of nothing like that, we have said Atiku Abubakar will win. How it will come, you will see it.
People of the Fountain.